Welcome back to another season here at Duck TV Sports. I'm Kale Newton, alongside me is Lena Bond. We're excited to kick off a new season, but we've been away for a while, so let's put 60 seconds on the clock and catch you up on what you missed over the break. Lena, good luck.
The men's basketball team spent their winter break chalking up a 6-game win streak, but their hype was quickly squashed when coach Dana Altman and the University of Oregon being sued over last spring's sexual assault allegations against 3 former Oregon players. In the meantime, the women's side started the Kelly Graves era with 4 holiday wins, but since then have been on a 5-game slide. All this while team superstar Jillian Aileen was named to the Naismith watch list, secured 1,000 career rebounds, the 3rd player in Ducks history to do so, and reached 18 season double-doubles for the 2nd time in her career. Speaking of superstars, Marcus Mariota and Eric Armstead both declared for the draft, not to mention Marcus Mariota is on the hunt for a new trophy case after winning the Heisman, the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year Award, the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, the Davey O'Brien Award, the Walter Camp Award, the Maxwell Award, the AP Player of the Year Award, the Manning Award, the Polynesian College Football Player of the Year Award.
We get the point. My turn. Oregon baseball is on the cusp of a new season and was ranked 15th in a preseason poll, and keep your eyes on Cole Irvin and Sean Chase, who were both declared preseason All-Americans. Women's softball was ranked 2nd in their preseason poll. 3 former Ducks were named to the USA national team, and it was confirmed that this 2015 season will be the last that Howe Field serves as home for the Lady Ducks. So enjoy the small but sturdy confines while you still can. And finally, in case you missed it, some football game was played in Dallas.
Hey, the Ducks may have lost the Natty, but they still have these.
Now that you're all caught up, Oregon men's basketball took on UCLA Saturday night at Matthew Knight Arena. The Ducks moved to 16-6 following a dominant win. This was an important result for the Ducks, who secured their first back-to-back wins in conference play this year, after beating USC in the previous game. The Ducks now move to 4-3 in Pac-12 play and will face a tough test at Arizona, a team they lost to earlier in the year.
So, Kale, what made the difference in the game for Oregon?
Well, their ball movement, which was an issue during their brief 2-game skid against UW and Washington State, was much improved. But the big difference maker was the shooting. They shot 62% for the game, including a scintillating 75% in the first half.
Dwayne Benjamin was particularly on point. He hit all 6 of his field goal attempts, including 3 three-pointers. In fact, the whole team was hot from beyond the arc, finishing the game with a ridiculous 9 of 13 from downtown.
And that's a winning formula. They'll be hoping to reproduce those results when they travel to the Arizona schools up next. They managed a narrow 59-56 win against ASU earlier in the year, but suffered a defeat against Arizona. Lena, what do you think the key will be for the Ducks against a tough Wildcat squad?
Actually, the struggles they had against Arizona are the same things they excelled at against UCLA. 3-point shooting and taking care of the ball will be critical against a much bigger Arizona team.
Yeah, take it from me, it's not easy to try covering someone who's 6 inches taller than you.
In all seriousness, though, for the Ducks to compete against Arizona, Joe Young is going to need to be the leader for this team. In Oregon's previous loss to the Wildcats, he shot just 4 out of 15 and only 2 for 7 from the 3-point range. If Oregon is going to have a shot in this one, Young will need to duplicate his performance from Saturday night when he went 7 for 11, including an efficient 66% from 3. It will be a tough game either way, but Young will likely be the difference in this game.
Should be a good one. Keeping things on the hardwood, our own Matt Scotton spoke with women's head basketball coach Kelly Graves this week about the season thus far. Matt?
We're here with women's basketball head coach Kelly Graves. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
What kind of improvements do you want to see out of your team?
Well, I think, obviously, just the ability to compete every day, I think, is critical, and that has been one of our biggest challenges. Is just to compete for every basketball, to compete to get stops, to compete and practice every day, to work hard. Give it absolutely everything you have, and I just think it's hasn't always been part of the culture here.
And I know you talk about changing the culture. When you came in, this team ranked almost dead last in defense in the country. How did I know you focused a lot on defense coming in? How hard was that transition coming in to get the team to be more focused on defense?
Well, I think it's real difficult, and I think it goes back to that competition. The default sometimes for us is, well, okay, they can score. But we're just going to get the ball back and go. Well, we're trying to change that entire mentality. It's been a challenge. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's just something that they never focused on, and so just some of the basic fundamentals that I think most people take for granted weren't there. And I really think we're getting a lot better. and we have improved immensely, but we have a long way to go.
And you said you thought OSU had a 5-year head start on you. What do you think it's going to take to get this program on the same level as OSU? OSU, barring a collapse this year, is going to win more than 20 games most likely for the third time in 4 years. Oregon hasn't done that in 10 years. What needs to happen to put you on the same level?
Well, I think combination of everything. We obviously have to get better players. I mean, and that's not to demean the players that we have. No, it's about talent. I think that's a big part of it, athletic ability, as well as the culture, getting the right people in here that can do the things that you're asking them to do and become the kind of program that can, year in and year out, be a Final Four contender.
What do you think it'd take to be a success year one for you as head coach here?
Oh, I think if we just, teach a lot of the fundamentals, and make the base of our program and have the group that will be coming back at least familiar with the drills we run, with our terminology, with the expectations of the program, those kind of things, so that next year, when our new players come in, they have some leaders, they have some people that are a little older than them who understand what we're trying to do as a coaching staff and as a program. It's going to take some time. It's not an easy process, and it's not a quick process.
Thanks, Matt. And be sure to watch the full interview on our website at ducktv.uoregon.edu. Now, Lena, the Lady Ducks are currently 8-10 and a disappointing 1-6 in conference play. They're on pace to finish their 11th straight season without 20 or more wins. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel?
Oh, absolutely, Kale. Kelly Graves knows how to win. They might not find success this season, but when you look at Graves' overall record, he's 390 wins, 172 losses, putting him close to about winning 70% of his games. It's easy to be hopeful for the future.
Very true, and even though Oregon is coming off a 5-game losing streak, there's a few glimmers of hope to hold on to looking at the season so far. For example, junior Jillian Elaine has been playing out of her mind, averaging 15.1 rebounds a game, which is second in the nation right now.
With 11 of those rebounds coming on defense, which not only leads the NCAA, but is huge for this Oregon team who was almost ranked dead last season in the country in defense.
The Ducks will be hosting USC and UCLA this weekend, and as always, Duck TV Sports will have your coverage, so be sure to look at our website for the analysis.
While winter usually means a few months of only hoops for the University of Oregon, the creation of a club team on campus may mark one of the revivals of the most successful Duck winter sports teams. Our own Samantha Saldivar is out on the field with more.
2 national champions, 31 All-Americans, and 6 Olympic team members. Those were just a few of the accomplishments of the University of Oregon varsity wrestling team before the program was disbanded in 2007. But now, thanks to 2 students, it seems that yellow and green may be taking the mat again, this time in the form of a club sport. Right now, 4 dedicated students at the Student Recreation Center doesn't scream of a trophy case, but the creation of a program hasn't been about that for its founders.
The thing that inspired me was I had knee injuries in high school, and so I never got the opportunity to take it to the second level. And so I kind of wanted to, my thing is giving back to people that may have lost that opportunity to, make it to the college level.
Starting the program from the ground up has been a work in progress, with the group initially applying for club sports status last winter. The club is now in a standard probationary period as they continue to attract members, hold practices, and attend meets.
We've had a very positive response. All the time people come to us asking us about the program, people want to join, people want to get involved. So it's been great. There's been lots of community support.
The club's rise comes against the backdrop of a significant decline in wrestling programs across the country. In Oregon specifically, 20 college programs have dropped in the last 40 years, most recently at Portland State in 2009. Only 4 collegiate programs are still intact across the state.
I mean, if we want to look back, wrestling has been a huge sport throughout history and everything. For people to cut it, certain sports kind of die off, a little more than others, and so, but it doesn't mean it's completely dead. They're not even close to dead because, people love it, so.
The dedication of Larman and Brody stands as proof. The club looks forward to competing against club teams throughout the Pac-12 in the future, but more importantly, the 2 find satisfaction in continuing the fight to keep playing their sport.
We've got a mentality where we're always going to keep on fighting. We're never going to give up, and it'll come back.
The club is still accepting and looking for wrestlers across campus. And now with their first meet under their belt this last weekend, it seems safe to say that for now, Oregon wrestling has been revived. Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Samantha Saldivar.
Well, that's all for tonight's episode with Duck TV Sports. I'm Lena Bond.
And I'm Cal Newton.
Have a great night, Eugene.